You're scrolling through your phone. One video appears. 5 signs someone in your life is a narcissist. You watch it. Then another video follows. If someone does these 3 things, they are emotionally manipulating you. Then another. How to heal your inner child. Suddenly, everyone on your screen seems to understand trauma, toxic relationships, emotional boundaries, attachment styles, and personality disorders. Influencers, lifestyle creators, relationship commentators, people who were posting comedy or fashion not long ago are now explaining complex psychological patterns to millions of viewers. And at some point, you might quietly wonder, when did everyone online become a therapist? Here is your answer. A few years ago, psychological advice mostly came from trained professionals. Therapy was something people sought privately, often after careful consideration. But today, the language of therapy is everywhere. Words like narcissist, gaslighting, trauma response, and toxic behavior appear constantly in short videos, comment sections, and viral posts. People analyze their friends, their partners, their parents, and sometimes complete strangers through a psychological lens. It feels as if the internet has turned into one massive therapy room. What you are witnessing is not simply a trend in content. It is the result of several powerful psychological forces interacting with the way social media platforms work. The first force is something deeply human: the need to understand other people. Human beings are natural behavior analysts. Long before modern psychology existed, people spent enormous amounts of time trying to interpret the motives, personalities, and intentions of others. In social groups, understanding behavior was extremely important. Knowing who could be trusted, who might betray you, or who was emotionally unstable could shape relationships and survival within the group. The human brain evolved to constantly observe and interpret social behavior. Social media dramatically amplifies this instinct. Every story shared online becomes a puzzle for the audience to interpret. Someone posts about a painful breakup, a manipulative boss, or a controlling friend. Immediately, thousands of viewers begin analyzing the situation. Comment sections fill with explanations. That's narcissistic behavior. That sounds like gaslighting. You need boundaries. People feel compelled to diagnose the situation because the brain naturally wants to make sense of human behavior. Another powerful force behind this phenomenon is identity. Online, people are constantly constructing a version of themselves that others can see. Presenting yourself as someone who understands emotions and human behavior can be extremely rewarding. When a person posts psychological insights or relationship advice, they signal empathy, intelligence, and self-awareness. This identity attracts attention and trust from others. Followers begin to see them as someone who understands complex emotional experiences. Social media algorithms then amplify this process. Platforms reward content that creates strong emotional reactions, and psychological topics are perfect for this. When you watch a video about signs of emotional manipulation, your brain automatically begins comparing the information with real people in your life: a friend, a partner, a colleague, a parent. The content suddenly feels personal. Because it feels relevant, you watch longer, share it, or comment on it. The algorithm detects this engagement and spreads the content even further, exposing millions more people to the same ideas. There is also something deeper happening beneath the surface. Modern life often leaves people feeling confused about relationships and emotional experiences. Conflicts with friends, misunderstandings in families, stress at work. These situations can feel messy and difficult to interpret. Psychological labels offer something the mind craves: clarity. When someone hears a concept like gaslighting or attachment style, it transforms a confusing experience into a clear pattern. The mind feels relief when complex emotions suddenly have a name. But this rapid spread of therapy language also creates a strange new social environment. Concepts that trained psychologists study for years can become simplified into short lists of warning signs. People may start diagnosing others too quickly, or interpreting ordinary human flaws as psychological disorders. The line between genuine psychological insight and casual online interpretation begins to blur. At the same time, communities form around shared emotional experiences. People who feel hurt, misunderstood, or manipulated often gather around psychological content that validates what they went through. When someone explains a behavior in a way that resonates with their experience, it creates a powerful sense of recognition. That recognition encourages people to share their own stories using the same language, which spreads the ideas even further. Slowly, a feedback loop forms. People watch psychological content, apply the ideas to their own lives, and then repeat the same language when telling their stories online. Each new post reinforces the impression that everyone is analyzing behavior like a therapist. So when it feels like everyone online has suddenly become a therapist, what you are really seeing is a combination of human curiosity, identity building, emotional validation, and algorithm-driven amplification. People are not just looking for entertainment when they scroll through their feeds. They are searching for explanations about why people behave the way they do, why relationships break down, and why emotional pain happens in the first place. And when someone online seems to offer an answer, even a simple one, the human mind finds it almost impossible not to stop, listen, and start analyzing the people in its own life.